Many of you have stopped me in the grocery store. You stopped me on Twitter. You stopped me before I put my Facebook update and you said, hey, before you say anything else, how the hell did you get a name like Curtis King? "2010, Jake One walks up to me, legendary producer. I had looked up to this dude for years. He says, hey man, what is your name? I gotta write it down on this notebook. I said, Curtis King. He said, Curtis what? He said, that gotta be the worst rap name I've ever heard in the history of hip hop. And I looked at him and it was like, I'm gonna try not to cry right now. So I just smiled and said, you crazy, man. Here's how I got the name Curtis King. I went to a middle school called Curtis Middle School. It was not mine. It was this pilot that they named the school after, and we were known as the Curtis Pilots. During that time, gotta be real with you, I was the complete opposite of how I am now. You want to talk about somebody who was awkward and scrawny and skinny and very soft-spoken. I would get around girls and I would be like, I would be just this ball of nervous mess. I did not like speaking in public. Look, during that time, I didn't even like birthdays because everybody's pointing cameras at me and I got all this pressure to blow out the candles. Curtis King was not who Curtis King is, but guess what? Years and years down the line, I worked on my self-esteem. I worked on who I was, and I conquered those insecurities. When I conquered those insecurities, I became king. I became king of the insecurities that I had at Curtis Middle School. Hence the name Curtis King. So if you're ever curious what that name means, understand that the story is literally my entire story. It's what I am about. It's conquering the person I used to be. I'm hoping that even with these videos, I'm talking to somebody out there that was in the same exact predicament that I was in and felt like, will my voice ever be heard? Curtis King is literally the evidence that you can flip a whole 180 and change your whole perspective on life and change your personality. You don't always have to be the shy person. Look at me. Curtis. Once again, this has been another daily dose of Curtispiration. If I can conquer my insecurities, guess what? You can too. Anytime you get nervous, think about, what would Curtis do?
Oh gosh.
Curtis will live life to its fullest because you cannot be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you.
When I listen to you, it's a liability. Cause you be mentally killing my inner energy, so I'm